All right, let's have a look at the rocker arm. This is drawing 2.5 in Module 2. In this assignment, we're going to, the new commands that we're going to look at are the Polygon command and the rotate command. Actually, those probably aren't new commands, but we're just going to get a little bit of practice. And of course, because we're in Module 2, we're going to also continue to work with layers and our template. Okay, so so the drawing that we're working on here is the rocker arm. All right, I feel like the geometry of this, aside from the polygon, is going to be very straightforward for you. So I'm going to move a little bit fast. You should be able to draw the geometry again, aside from the polygon at this point. And then we'll talk about that. Of course, if you have questions or whatever, you can reach out to me, and we can discuss it further. But let's get the show on the road. Okay, so I'm going to start the drawing. This is an inch drawing, so we'll start it with the MVCC mechanical inch template, and let's go ahead and we're on the visible layer, so we'll go ahead and draw our ubiquitous construction line to get everything situated, and then center and diameter of 3, and then we're going to do another. This time we're going to do a center radius. There are some dimensions here that can be a little bit confusing to some people. I shouldn't say confusing. Maybe they're a little bit hard to find. Okay, so that 1.75 radius circle is right there. Now in this in this dimension, you see a 2x means there's 2 of these. Well, there's one curve right there, and then the other curve is up here. Okay, now they do share a center, which is right there. In fact, this diameter 3 circle is concentric with the radius 175 circle. Okay, so that's what I've drawn out here. Let's offset this 3, and we'll offset it back 5.62, and we'll put our circle right there with a radius of 0.75, and always be on the lookout for accidentally drawing radiuses when you're given diameters and vice versa. So I'll offset this line down 1.75, and I'm going to copy this since I've already drawn this, and that's the same geometry. I'm just going to copy it down here. Alrighty, so I can get rid of these lines because they're just going to get in the way of the trimming that I'm going to have to do. And I'm ready to draw this. So so I'm gonna do the, actually I'll do it with running object snaps. We want to draw a line, and we want to draw a line tangent to this circle and tangent to this circle right here. But I don't have tangent on. It's typical not to have tangent on. So how do I flip that over? Well, we use running object snaps. Running object snaps are simply object snaps that you type in, okay? And what happens is AutoCAD turns off all of the other object snaps and leaves on only the object snap that you typed in. So for I should say for the object snaps, what you type in is the first 3 letters of each one of these. So for tangent, I would type TAN. For endpoint, I would type END, midpoint, MID, center, CEN. You get the idea. Okay. So so I'm going to type in TAN, right? Notice it goes right up there to the to the dynamic input, and then now notice nothing else is on, right? So except the tangent. So I click on that. Now it turned off because it only lasts for 1 click. Right? So now I have to do TAN again, like that. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Tangent, or excuse me, line, and then I type in TAN, hit the space bar, click right there, type in TAN, hit the space bar. Now, if you feel like that's too much work, obviously I did that more for descriptive purposes to kind of show you that. Obviously, if you feel like that's too much work, typing it in 4 times, then by all means go down here and flip on tangent. Where is it? Flip on the tangent object snap. Okay. And these other ones are going to be circle TTRs. So let's get this and a radius of 5, and we'll get this and a radius of 1.5, and then let's trim out all this stuff. Whoops, got the wrong things to trim. And can trim out that and that and that. All right, so far so good. Okay, so now let's get the polygon in there. And the polygon we're going to get, or the polygon we're going to draw, we also need to rotate it 15 degrees, well, essentially 15 degrees counterclockwise. Okay. So, and what is necessary to know about the polygon command is that there's 2 ways that we can draw it. We can use the circumscribed option and the inscribed option. In this case, we're given the width across the flats. This is called the width across the flats because the 1.75 is measured from flat to flat. And with the width across the flats, we want to use the circumscribed option. Okay, so that's a good thing to note. Where's polygon? It's under the rectangle command. Okay, so we're going to go to polygon. It's going to ask us to specify the number of sides. This is a hexagon, so I'm going to type in 6 and hit enter. And then it says specify the center of the polygon. Now the center of the polygon is going to be at the center of the circles, I should say. Notice that when I do that, some people, let me get out of this. Sometimes some users, they will try to find the center by moving to the center, and that's not always possible. Now it was in this case because I had to move across the circle, and so it picked up that and identified that. But just be aware, sometimes to find the center, you have to move, and you have to move the cursor over. I'm not clicking. Move the cursor over the circle that you want to find the center of, so that AutoCAD knows to search for that center. Right. And here, what do I want? Inscribed or circumscribed? Well, I just said for width across the flats, we want to use the circumscribed option. So we go circumscribed, and then notice. Now here's where people get tripped up. Okay. Notice what AutoCAD is stretching in terms of my dimension to specify the polygon or the hexagon. It is giving me the half distance across the flats. It's moving from the center of the polygon out to one of the flats. Notice that here, this dimension is the full width across the flats. So you have to be careful here, because what can often happen is you type in 1.75, and guess what? You're going to get a polygon that's twice as big as it should be. Let me just show you. I'll type in 1.75, and we go, and you're like that. You're like, well, that doesn't look right. You know, is Chuck's drawing wrong? Is what's going on? What did I typed in everything right? Well, you didn't notice that the polygon, it was stretching half the width. Okay, now I fault AutoCAD for this because it is very common for this dimension to be given, the full width across the flats. And so for them to kind of switch it up here subtly, right, leads to a lot of confusion, at least until it's explained to you. So there we go. All right, so let me get rid of that. Let's go back and do this, right? 6. We put this in here, circumscribed, and then now I'm going to do half of 1.75. Now let me show you a little tip. Okay, so let's pretend that, you know, you're having a bad morning, you didn't have coffee and whatever, and you don't feel that you can accurately do 1.75 in your brain. Divide by 2 in your brain, right? So you're 1.75 divided by 2, what's that? You know, and you're fumbling around looking for a piece of paper and a pencil and stuff. Here's a little tip. AutoCAD has a built-in calculator function, okay? So in order to use the calculator function, let's understand what stage we're at, okay? So AutoCAD is asking for a single number, a radius, okay? A number, a single number, not a coordinate pair or anything like that, but a single number. So I can type in apostrophe cal, apostrophe CAL. Now the apostrophe identifies to AutoCAD that this is going to be a transparent command. A transparent command is a command that is executed within another command. Now I'm executing the calculator command, which is the shortcut is cal. I'm trying to execute the calculator command within the Polygon command. So I type in apostrophe cal and I hit enter, and it comes back and it says expression. Well, what is my expression? My expression is 1.75 divided by 2. All right. So then AutoCAD is going to calculate that number and substitute it in for the radius that it was just asking me for. Okay. So apostrophe cal. And then there we go. Now, this is always the thing. When you do the Polygon command, the orientation of the polygon is kind of a random thing. So notice that the orientation is not what we want. Clearly, that's not what we want. So we're going to have to rotate it, okay? And the way we're going to rotate it is like that. So what I'm going to do is I can imagine that I'm going to rotate it so this corner comes all the way up here and then goes back 15 degrees, goes further 15 degrees. Now that might be a little bit challenging. Why? Well, because when I use the rotate command, here it is right there, rotate, and I'm going to pick this object to rotate. It's going to ask me for a base point. My base point is the center of the circle. See, this is what I was telling you about, right? Hey, there's no center. Where'd it go? Go over here, and then, so I just moved over. All right, now watch. When I go like this, so if I go like this, that's 90, right? That's 90 degrees. And now I want to go a further 15 degrees. Well, that's not exactly what's going on, right? To go from here to here is what? What is that angle? We don't know the starting angle. So we can't really go 15 degrees past an angle we don't know about because we don't know how to go from here to here, right? So instead of that, let me show you. Let's do this. I'm going to get the horizontal because the horizontal I know the angle of. And now I'm going to rotate this 90 plus 15. 90 and 15 is 105. So I'm going to type in 105 and hit enter. Okay. So always start, when you use the rotate command, always start from unless you know just how much you're going to rotate it. And we did not know that because of the orientation that it was in. Always start from an angle that you know, and in this case, the easiest one is the horizontal, which gives us a base point. All right, so that's it. All right. Now let's go to the center mark command. So I'm going to change my layer to the center line layer. We'll go to annotate, and we'll go to, now there's a whole bunch of centers over here. We actually don't have any center lines that we need. These are all center marks. So I'm going to choose the outermost circle. Remember, we go like that. All right. Let's choose the outermost circle. And we'll choose the outermost circle here, which is that radius. And then there we go. All right. Now, I'm not going to have you adjust any of these lines because, frankly, they're fine the way they are. We don't really need to mess with anything. you know, if there was anything that we would mess with at all, it would probably be to stretch these two together. So, you know, I might do this and pull that over there. But I'm not really going to look for that, you know, just putting these on here. So the center marks here are very straightforward. Now let's get this to our layout and we'll be done with this. All right, so the homework assignment, it says to put it on a B-size layout. All right, no dimensions on this one, B-size layout. So let's go through that procedure again. So we're done with the drawing. Let's go to ANSI B. Remember, we open the window, so I double click inside, I do a zoom extents, Z space, E space, I bring the object in there, and now I set the scale. So right now the scale is basically 1 to 2. That's obviously too big, so let's try 1 to 1. Yep, that's perfect, right? That's a standard scale. Don't do anything like this. Oh, you know, hey, I can get it right there. No, that's 1 to 1.588706. All right, don't do that. So let's go 1 to 1 again. There we go. We're kind of more or less center it right there. I'm going to lock it. I'm going to double click out and close the window. Double click outside and close the window. And now we can enter all this stuff in there. So remember, we go to drawing utilities and drawing properties and custom. And then we can enter these. This is drawn by, please use all caps. Good practice to get into. It's actually the standard is all caps. The course is MDT 145 300. Drawing title is, what is the drawing title in this? The rocker arm. You know, I haven't saved this. I'm gonna say okay. And I'm gonna save this because it's gonna update some things on this. Always save it. Rocker arm. All right, and see that updated the file name right there. It also updated everything else. So we got rocker arm file name. Let's go back to drawing utilities and drawing properties and drawing number. This is number 2.5. Revision number 0. Sheet number 1. Material N/A. Check by C Bales. And we say OK, and then we type regen, RE, to get everything set. Beautiful, everything looks good, and we're ready to plot this. So we go up to the printer up here. It's going to give us this warning, ignore this warning. And then I'm going to go to high quality print. Full bleed is fine. Layout, let's preview this and let's see. Oh, very nice. And then we say plot. And then I don't want to put it there. I want to put it right there. And there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you turn in. Okay. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.